Miss Lily's Fabulous Pink Feather Boa by Margaret and Kerry Argent. Up north, where the hibiscus flowers were as big as dinner plates and the trees blossomed with white cockatoos, was Miss Lily's tropical holiday house. When the last Potoroo struggled up the steps of the holiday house with her big suitcase, she nearly died of fright. She had no idea that Miss Lily was a crocodile, and such a big one. During dinner, the last Potoroo kept glancing nervously at Miss Lily's enormous snout, at her strong, sharp teeth. She felt much better when Miss Lily said kindly, "I have a very small appetite and I only eat fish." Later that night, when the other guests went up to bed, Miss Lily asked the last Potoroo to have a cup of peppermint tea with her on the veranda. At first, the last Potoroo was too shy to say too much, but she soon found herself confessing, "I'm so lonely. I think I'm the only Potoroo left in the whole of Australia." Miss Lily patted her paw. "I'm sure that somewhere there are others of your kind," she said. "You must be brave. You must go looking for them." "Maybe one day," said the last Potoroo, but she didn't know if she'd ever be brave enough to journey very far. During the day, the guests rode down the long brown river, went for walks in the rainforest, and lazed in the hammocks. Sometimes the last Potoroo joined them, but mostly she just followed Miss Lily around, or sat for hours on top of the hill, gazing at the long red road that wound south. In the evenings, Miss Lily took off her apron, put on a fabulous pink feather boa, and danced the tango. The boa, which had belonged to Miss Lily's mother, and before that to her mother's mother, made Miss Lily look splendid, so young, so carefree, so joyful. La 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 la. When Miss Lily finished dancing, she always flung her feather boa into the crowd. Once the last Potoroo caught it, and as she draped it around herself, everyone exclaimed, "Oh, it suits you! You look wonderful!" The last Potoroo sparkled, feeling for a moment that she could do anything and everything. She looks so happy. It seemed to the last Potoroo that the feather boa was somehow magical. She started dreaming about it, and when she woke up in the mornings, she longed for the evenings so that she could once more see the boa, and if she was lucky, catch it and drape it around herself. One morning, Miss Lily was weeding the vegetable garden. The last Potoroo tiptoed into Miss Lily's bedroom and opened the trunk in which the feather boa was kept. She only wanted to put it on for a moment, just to feel it curling around her. But as if in a trance, she found herself picking up a pair of scissors from Miss Lily's dressing table and snipping off a piece of the boa. Humming under her breath, the last Potoroo folded the feather boa away in the trunk and took the little piece to her own room. She slept for a while, but when she woke up and saw the scrap of boa next to her on the pillow, she was horrified. How could she have done such a thing? And what would Miss Lilly say when she found out? Ah! But the next time Miss Lilly wore the fabulous pink feather boa, she didn't seem to notice anything different about it. The last Potoroo buried the piece of boa at the bottom of the hill. For nights afterwards, she was plagued with dreams of the boa wriggling out of the soil and dancing up the steps of the holiday house. She's looking a little bit terrified. At the end of the month, the guests went home, family after family, until only the last Potoroo was left. "Goodbye," said Miss Lilly. "Goodbye," said the last Potoroo, struggling down the steps with her big suitcase. She didn't want to go home. She wished she could stay longer, perhaps as Miss Lily's helper. "Wait," said Miss Lilly. The last Potoroo turned around, beaming. What will Miss Lilly say to her? "This is for you," said Miss Lilly, and she gave the last Potoroo her fabulous pink feather boa. "Oh," said the last Potoroo, "thank you." She wrapped the boa around her body, around and around and around. And she did so. Her eyes shone, her fur was gleaming, and she felt that she could do anything and everything. Suddenly, her joy evaporated. "Oh, I can't take this," she whispered. "I did something dreadful. I wanted the boa so much that I stole a bit of it." "I know," said Miss Lilly softly. They hugged each other hard. "I hope she finds what she's looking for," said Miss Lilly, as she watched the last Potoroo disappear along the red road that wound south. In the months that followed, Miss Lilly often thought about the last Potoroo. One afternoon, she received a postcard. It said, "Dear Miss Lilly, I can't wait to tell you my news. See you next Sunday, and please make a booking for 10. Your good friend, no longer the last Potoroo." And taped to the postcard were 2 tiny pink feathers. Very early the next Sunday, no longer the last Potoroo and her new friends tiptoed through the gate of the holiday house and up the steps to surprise Miss Lilly. Potoroo looks very different this time, with the biggest hug ever. Oh. Miss Lily's fabulous pink feather boa is the most wonderful thing the last Potoroo had ever seen. When Miss Lilly dances the tango, the last Potoroo can't take her eyes off it, and when she wraps it around herself, she feels, for the first time in her life, that she can do anything and everything. Something so fabulous just has to be magic. Thank you for listening.